Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, one of, if not the best Star Wars game in the early 2000s, and its sequel, Kotor 2, The Sith Lords, has been widely acclaimed in terms of depth of writing. Till this day, you still have a dedicated fanbase for a game that has been around for almost 20 years. Nevertheless, if you've been following the channel, you know that I mainly use voice replication to create content based around this franchise. And today, I've decided to throw in an extra piece of generative AI to do the work, ChatGPT. For the sake of anyone who's been living under a rock, ChatGPT is an AI text generator that serves a variety of functions, from writing short passages to conversational chatbot. What's actually most impressive is that it does have some knowledge of the characters from the Kotor franchise, although sometimes it's a little off. So in this video, I've asked ChatGPT to generate several poems based around the individual character's style, and then use speech synthesis to create voiceovers for those poems. Do note that with the limitations of vanilla ChatGPT, I've made some modifications to the poems to make them less repetitive.
With the light of the Force, I stand firm and true, a Jedi Knight, chosen to see the quest through. Through trials and battles, I've faced my own fear, embracing the light, shedding away the tear. With the power of battle meditation, I bring hope, guiding my comrades, helping them cope. The Sith Lord I faced, the wars I've survived, all to protect those for whom I strive. But the journey's not over, the fight's not yet done, the Force is aflame, and I am but one. Its power I wield, its will I uphold, for the sake of all life in the galaxy bold. In shadows deep and lightless night, the Force it swirls, a mystic sight. Balance wavers, dark and light, in constant war a timeless fight. The Jedi way, a path of peace, guided by the Force, its will to release. But darkness creeps, a tempting call, and Jedi fall as Sith enthrall. Yet hope remains, a flickering flame, and Jedi rise to stake their claim. Through trial and loss they find their way, and balance is found in the light of day. So heed the Force, its whispers true, and follow the path it leads you to. For in its embrace you'll find your place, and the balance of the Force you'll learn to embrace.
I'm Mission, a Twi'lek from the streets where life is rough and the competition's fierce. I've learned to survive, to hustle and beat the odds stacked against me. Year after year I've roamed the galaxy, from world to world, seen things you wouldn't believe, I'm sure. But no matter where I go, I'm always bold and ready for whatever's in store. I've got a heart of gold, and a spirit too that won't be broken. No matter the cost, I'll stand up for what's right and see it through. With courage and wit, I'll never be lost. So come along with me on this wild ride through the galaxy. Side by side we'll make our mark and leave our trail. With Mission Vale, you can never fail. In Narshada's street, so dark and dim, I prowl and skulk with my trusty blaster grim. A Twi'lek rogue, abandoned by kin, but with my wits and charm, I always win. I am Mission Vow, a scrappy soul, with heart of gold and aim so bold. My Wookiee friend always by my side, and in our bond, the galaxy unfolds. So join our crew and take a chance on smugglers, scoundrels, or even a Jedi. Through twists and turns we'll take a stance, and in the end, we'll get to dance.
In silence deep, the truth resides, a power felt, but often hides. The Force it flows, in ebb and tide, and those who wield it cannot hide. The Jedi way, a path so clear, but blind they are to what's so near. The Sith they seek control and might, but lose themselves in the endless fight. I am Kreia, a master of the Force. I see the truth, its binding source. I know the power of pain and loss, and through its lessons, I've paid the cost. The Jedi and the Sith, both blind and weak, their dogmas flawed, their wills so meek. The truth of the Force they fail to seek, and thus they fall in shadows bleak. So heed my words and see the light. The balance of the Force, it shines so bright. Embrace its power and end the fight, for in its wisdom you'll find your might. In the mist of the Force I traveled the stars, a wise Jedi master with a heart of stone. Through the trials of war I've seen what it means. to be betrayed, to lose, to suffer in between. With the power of the Force, I bring wisdom to all, teaching those who would listen, standing tall. The disappointment of Jedi, the betrayal of Sith, all to protect what I believe, my will exposed. But the journey's not over, the lesson not done. The Force has a will, and I detest it. Its ways I unravel, its will I oppose. The Force shall have no hold on me, the galaxy will burn.
In the void of the Force I wander alone, a Miraluka, sightless yet not unknown. Through the will of the Force I sense and I see the pain, the fear, the dark side's glee. I've journeyed to worlds both near and far, fighting for what I believe, my guiding star. The Sith Lord I faced, the trials I've passed, all to bring balance at any cost. But the journey's not over, there's still much to do. The Force is a river, and I am but a few. Its currents I follow, its will I obey, for the sake of all life in the galaxy. In shadows deep I walk alone, a sightless seer with a broken heart. Blinded from the Force, my steps unknown. Now in its wake, I found my home. I am Visas Marr, a warrior true, a servant of the Force, through and through. My heart and soul to it I renew, and in its strength my foes I subdue. But my path was dark and full of pain. The Sith they came and left their stain. I lost my sight and all my hope. The Force it healed and kept me sane. Now I serve the exile's call, and in her quest I give my all. The Force it flows, in her and all, and through its will never fall. So heed my words and feel the Force, its power and might, an endless source. Embrace its call and stay the course, and in its wisdom you'll find your force.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. I know there are other Kotor characters you might want to try out and stuff, but they either don't really work nicely for 11 labs, or I'll keep it for later. Also, I recently started a Discord server, so if you want to chat, the link is in the description below. Do let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed listening, and may the Force be with you.